Good morning and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, June 20th. And you can see we've got some clouds as we wake up this morning. Also, if we look at the next shot, you can see red sky in the morning. Sailors take warning, and that could be the case, especially across southeastern lower Michigan or in the southwest Ontario, where we do expect some thunderstorms to become strong to maybe severe. And there is a slight risk for the far southeast wedge of lower Michigan or into southwest Ontario. And that's something we'll keep an eye on as the day goes through. You can see at Blissfield, rather, nice sunrise out there this morning. Again, no, those are the areas, Blissfield, Jasper, Tupperville, over to St. Thomas. Those are the areas most likely to see a chance of strong to severe storms and the most appreciable rainfall. We could certainly use more here up in mid-Michigan, but right now it's kind of iffy as whether or not we'll see much rain this week. The WPC does seem to indicate that we should see at least some very helpful rains here, especially for the system that will come through Wednesday. We expect a cold front this morning to begin advancing towards the state, and that's what will touch off some of the scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, and then more widespread rain is possible, especially over southern lower Michigan as that front returns warm as a warm front on Wednesday. If we look at our normal highs for the day is 79, the normal low is 55. You can see the record high 100 degrees back in 1995, the first year we had these stations. Yesterday we had a high of 90.9. That's the third of 90-degree day we've recorded here in Breckenridge, and we might get to 90 again today. I think the best chance to be across the southern areas like Lansing down to Jasper, Blissfield. I think you have a good shot at hitting 90, but we could hit it here in mid-Michigan as well, depending on how quick that cold front moves through. If we look at the conditions around the MAC area this morning, temperatures very warm, mainly in the 70s across much of the area, a little bit cooler as you get towards the lakes. And we expect, again, a very warm day today. Dew points in the 60s, and we expect it to be very humid today as, again, our temperatures approach 90 and dew points get up towards 70. It's going to be a rather uncomfortable day until that front moves through. But then tonight, it looks like temperatures fall back in the 50s with much drier air. It's going to be a nice night for sleeping. And then tomorrow looks like a great day with highs in the 70s to around 80 with much lower dew point and humidities. If we look at the Great Lakes region, you can see mainly 70s, even 78 degrees all the way up here at Munising. So very warm across much of the Great Lakes. And again, a very hot day on tap. If we look at the radar, you can see how I have that cold front, some showers and thunderstorms from last night. These should weaken as they come to the east. But once we get warming to take place, I think we'll see more development across Wisconsin and Illinois early this afternoon, and then move to the east out ahead of that front. If we look at soil conditions, we'll focus here on Breckenridge. We're extremely dry. The 8-inch level 141, that's very, very dry, and we didn't hit these numbers at all the entire growing season last year. So we're very warm and very dry with, you can see very warm temperatures in the soils at all levels. But again, the issue is going to be the dryness, and that's something we've worried about since late winter, early this spring when we issued our forecast. So hopefully we can get this much needed rain this afternoon. This is last week's drought index. The new one will come out tomorrow. And then, so we'll keep this up and do a comparison between last week and this week once that's issued. If we look at the weather map for this morning, you can see a cold front would be pushing through the area by later today. And again, the best chance of strong to severe storms is going to be a little bit farther across southeast lower Michigan down into the Ohio Valley. For us, it looks like just scattered storms. But again, hopefully we'll get some rainfall out of that. And then tomorrow, as that front sacks to the south, it begins to move north as a warm front. And we're going to have a low pressure system come out of Nebraska and head towards the Great Lakes, pushing that warm front north. And again, if it pushes it a little farther north and that low is a little bit stronger, we could see some very significant rainfall across much of the Great Lakes. Right now, the best chance is about the southern third of lower Michigan. And if we look at the forecast map on Wednesday, you can see even a risk of flash flooding type rains all the way up in southern lower Michigan, along with severe weather across the southwest part of the state as you get down towards Three Rivers, Niles, Constantine, down in that area. But again, though, if this storm moves a little farther north and the warm front pushes farther north, more significant rainfall, and we certainly hope that's the case here in mid-Michigan, could happen. If we look at the forecasted precipitation amounts from the actually this is from the GFS, and you can see up here in mid-Michigan, mainly a quarter to possibly as much as a half inch over the next 7 days, with the heavier rains across southwest lower Michigan or towards southwest Ontario. Now this arrow here represents the European model, where it signifies about a 3/4 inch to an inch south of this line. And so that would cover a little bit more of the area. As far as the WPC and NSUP, they think more precipitation is likely, and I think they're banking on that warm front making further north progress. And that could be the case because the European, which did not even show the low a couple of days ago, and now has a low going from around Nebraska, Iowa into southern lower Michigan or the northern Ohio, Indiana area. And that's a change, and that's a little farther north. So if that trend continues, then we could certainly see more precipitation in our area, and hopefully that is the case. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.